What is the most counterintuitive thing you've learned since you started angel investing?
Maybe it's the misconception that the more deals you do, the better you'll be at it. It's easy to think that at the beginning you're less good, but I found it to not be the case. Like I think I was much more because I wasn't doing it at scale. I was willing to take fewer bets, but better thought about than when I was doing a lot of deals in 2020, 2021, where there was a lot of activity, but it was very much cookie cutter type of deals, like operators coming out of another company, having found this really cool niche in SaaS that will, of course, be huge, but you tend to do deals with less diligent when it matches your pattern recognition in a way. So maybe I took less risk as a result and didn't look at some other spaces that were more attractive in terms of potential future gains. And you become a bit lazy because you're just doing the same deals because you've seen it before. So maybe that's one I would say that you have a risk of doing that when you do too many.
Now, what would be your top tip to angels wanting to do more international investments?
Maybe old school, but going to events is still a good way to go, and not necessarily to meet startups, but to meet the other angels. I don't think we network enough as a group. We are on the same cap tables for in many different companies, but it's rare when angels even develop like amicable and sharing relationships. There's more and more angel groups, and I'm part of one. We're called the Whispers, and we have about 10, 11 people who share deal flow on an ad hoc and very informal and disorganized fashion. But it's a lonely job otherwise. So you have to build your network. It could be other angels, it could be other founders like in your network or in different countries. I spent a lot of time evangelizing Eventbrite across Europe. So I did build a lot of relationships, went to a lot of events, talk about my journey, showed to people in the audience that maybe we need a newer thing or two about scaling. And I was one of the rare CTOs actually angel investing. So I think you have to find your unique selling point in software and put the emphasis on that. Build the relationship with the VCs as well. Like VCs always need value at people, so find what your value is. Make friends with these people who are not going to make too many introductions because they don't have time. Like they need to close their deal, and they might do two, three, four, maybe if they have space and want to be helpful. But it's not really their job to fill the cap table. So make sure you're well identified as someone who can do X and build the relationship with a few funds that can bring the type of deal flow that you're looking for in the verticals that you enjoy particularly. I would say that's one sure recipe for getting higher quality international deal flow because it's still very competitive in each country.
And finally, what advice would you give to your own 10-year younger self?
Maybe to be more vocal and explicit about I'm doing angel investing, I put tickets in X, Y, and Z, I invest at pre-seed, seed. Define your positioning statements, maybe your mission if you have one, how you're going to go about it and make it a true business in a way. Market it not super actively and within your own personality, but it would have helped me, I think, get access earlier to much better companies and invest my money more wisely than the way I did it in the beginning.